everyone, this is Brian Smith here from Easton Racing. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about safety gear, specifically helmets. I've got a awesome little thing here to my left, your right, and we're going to be talking about helmets today because it's a pretty important topic that I don't really see covered too much, whether it's in time attack or wheel to wheel. Really, people just have a helmet that they bought, they found, they liked what it looked like, and that's what they have. For me, I was the same. I had the Zamp RZ-58, which was my first helmet. I've had it for the last 4 years. Has done a good job, has gotten me through everything, got me through Hoonigans Wanted. We did things with CSCS, has done a great job. But during the season, we had some more free time to ourselves, and I ended up getting into contact with ROUX. Now, that's how you pronounce it, by the way. It is ROUX. ROUX helmets, not ROUX or ROU or any other combination. It is ROUX. First saw their booth when they were at Performance Racing Industry Show down in Indianapolis, which was awesome. They guys threw out a great show there. If you guys get a chance to be down there during the winter holidays, definitely check it out. It's always a great show to come to. And it was my first time seeing this company. I had never heard of them, I didn't have any background, and I'm not paid or sponsored by them. This is just my honest opinion for this particular helmet. I wanted to upgrade because I've had the same helmet for 4 years. It's starting to smell funny, and it's not really that comfortable. And it's okay. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure it was less than $90 when I got it. Now, ROUX has a couple different combinations. The one that we have inside here is the R-1f. That is their fiberglass model. They have a composite. They also have a carbon fiber version, and they also have just the bare fiberglass base helmet. So now that we got that backstory out of the way, let's take a look and see what we got here. Now, first things up here you'll see is that we have this bag. Now, I already knew whatever helmet I was going to be getting, I would need a carrying case. I've put it in just a little sock helmet bag and put it in the back of the car. We put it in the Highlander, it knocks around, and I was like, you know what? If I'm going to spend the money on a decent helmet, I'm gonna get a bag for it, and it's gonna be a decent bag. I don't know who's gonna make it, but I'll get a nice one. It just so happens ROUX also makes bags, and they're pretty cool. First thing, they have a whole system. So this one has these clips on it. If you have their travel backpack, so like if you have, if you wanna carry your fire suit and all, like say you're someone who's traveling, plane, whatever, different events, this will actually attach right to it, which is pretty cool. So I don't have that part yet, I'm not that cool yet, but good case, put a little ID tag in there. Definitely looks awesome. These are weatherproof. Don't leave it outside in a storm, but it is rain repellent, so it can get wet, not soaked. This bag can accommodate a couple different sizes of helmets. This is really just, just some expansion in case you've got one of the bigger sizes. Mine's a size large, and that's the helmet. Helmet bag, sorry. That's the helmet bag. Looks cool. Let's go look at the actual helmet. So we're gonna open this guy here. It's a pretty snug fit. Folds out forward. Lift the helmet out from the back. We'll move this guy over here. Boom. Now we've got the helmet. As you're taking a look at it, it's a pretty nice looking helmet. It's actually a really nice looking helmet. The first things I noticed when I was looking at it online was just how aggressive this particular helmet is. And if you look at the lines of how it swoops here to the back, and I call them side bolsters. I don't really know what the proper name is for it, so we're gonna call them side bolsters. And I love it. It's a nice aggressive profile. It's a modern looking helmet. It'll definitely stands out, versus the typical white, round, maybe one vent helmet that you see a lot of people wearing. For good reason, you gotta start somewhere, but if you're looking for something that definitely has a little bit more flair, has a better aesthetic to it, this helmet has that in spades. So you can see the lines I'm talking about here, nice swoop up to the top. Now I'm in a 10 top car, so I'm not an open wheel, so I can't speak to you about aerodynamics, but it is really nice. And when the windows are down, because we get the windows down on time attack, the air is not buffeting me in the head. light helmet. Me picking it up really doesn't do much for you, but it's a light helmet. Is it lighter than my RZ-58? It's actually right on point. It's a fairly light helmet considering how much bigger it is visually and all the things that are packed inside of it. You guys can take a look around here. Now you can see I already put my stickers on it because I need to. I'm gonna get it painted at some point, but for now, we'll leave it as it is. So next we're gonna look at the external features of this helmet. First thing you notice right off top, we have an air scoop. I'm supposed it probably gives you some really good ventilation. I'm not in an open wheeled car, but I do know that if you have a system that has a forced air, you can get an attachment that fits right inside here, so you can have your air come in to keep your head cool during the race. And if you're in an open wheel car, I'm sure it'll feed some air through there. I haven't really felt it, but I'm also wearing a balaclava, so I don't really feel the air too much through here. Outside of that, you have your face shield. Now the one I have here is not the OEM, well it is the OEM one, but it's not the clear one that comes with it. I got the Iridium. I just love the blue tint, always looks cool in photos and we know that's important. And it's just a really nice looking lens. They have clear, smoke, whatever. If you happen to pick the composite helmet, which is the gray version of this, it actually comes with two shields, clear and black. But I wanted an Iridium, so I got this one. Installation and taking off the shield is very simple. You've got, put your flat head here. This is like a T20 and do-do-doom, take them off, you're good to go. You've got your pins here, so if you happen to use tear-offs, so if you're in single seater or you do off-road, or if you're thinking about maybe I want to do that in the next couple of years and you want a helmet that can grow with you, like me, there you go. So when it's time for tear-off time, you'll be good to go. Pretty simple up there. You've got two vents here in the chin. And when we come to the back, you'll see these. This particular helmet already has the Hans hookup points drilled in and set. So if you have a Hans device, you're good to go. You don't need to buy anything separate, no drilling into your helmet. Good to go here. And if you're like me who needs to get a Hans device sometime soon, I am now officially set. Don't have to worry about it. I got my Hans. And you can see some more styling cues here in the back with the swoops. Had to add my little flair here to it. Now, we've got the exterior mostly covered. There's one more piece, these. Now, one of the cool things about the ROUX helmets is they have a comm system built into them. So whether if you have a radio system or you have a water system, these can tap into it, as well as if you have a Cool Shirt or Cool X head system, you can tap in onto the other side. Now, my version is just the one that has just radio and drink. If you have the one with the Cool system, which is like the composite or the carbon fiber, there's gonna be an extra plug here that sits where I have my GoPro mount here, and that'll attach to that whole separate system. Now, a quick word on the radios. This is easily one of the coolest things about this helmet, and it's really what got me into checking them out. Inside of this helmet, you have two speakers, there's a microphone, there's also a little cable that sits right inside here. Actually, maybe I could show you guys. Okay, so that's your drink tube cable. And the microphone is also in there. I just don't really want to pull that out. You can have very clear conversations inside this helmet, and that's very important, especially for those of us that are doing time attack and we have a spotter and you want to be able to talk to them, hey, there's going to be a black flag or someone went off at turn 5, check your speed. I can have all this now done in the helmet. I don't have to run like an earbud up into my ear and try to have like a little mic button to press in because that's what's going on. I can have a full setup built into here and the clarity is awesome. I can hear Kiana, who is my spotter, very well. It's super well to hear. If you wanted to play music in there, you also could. Maybe probably wouldn't suggest it when you're driving on track, but if you really wanted to, you could. The drink system itself is also very simple to use. There's a little adapter that just clamps onto here, then you attach it to your tube, whether you're using Joe's Racing products or whoever. Attach it to your bottle, you're good to go. Doesn't leak, really nice secure connection. Another quick note, if you like having your things on the right side of the helmet, you can reverse this. This is not set in stone. You just pull these little tabs off and swap as you need. Now, one other thing about the radios, just because it's important, this is called a IMSA style connector. It doesn't have anything to do with the racing. So not IMSAs of the race series, but it's a term for this particular type of connector. For those of you in the rest of the world, it's also called a Nexus, N-E-X-X-U-S. So if you're trying to find peripherals to connect to this because you have a specific system you want to use, that'll help you in your search, because IMSA style doesn't really show up because that's not really a really well used term for this particular radio connector. I'm not really too sure why it's called a IMSA. If you have the NASCAR style, which is like your 3.5 millimeter, ROUX does have an attachment for that, or an adapter. You could just tap in here and you're good to go. That's on their website. Same thing if you want to add a visor and other things, they have all those accessories there. But for me, this is perfect right out of the rip. Let's look at the inside. It's black. It's a black helmet with the black interior. It's really soft, it's really nice. There's definitely some like moisture wicking padding in here, and it's all removable. I'm not gonna remove it because I don't wanna put it back. And they're cheek pads. You wanna wash them, you wash them. I also happen to use the Molecule refresh spray every once in a while just to make sure it stays nice and fresh in there. One other cool thing they do have, as you can see here on this label, they do have the release emergency system. So in the event of an accident or something, if you're a driver, this helmet can be removed from your head from where these pull tabs are inside here, and it can remove from your head without putting stress on your neck, which is really, really important. And so a lot of EMT medical teams really stand by that particular system. So it's just another added level of safety without compromising weight, doesn't compromise the coolness, and it's still very, very comfortable. We've talked about the helmet, we've talked about some of the features on it, and now we're gonna talk about something important about the sizing. If you're familiar with motorcycle helmets, you know there's like a long oval, intermediate oval, and then round. There's different ways to how people classify their head shape, and that's very, very important in a helmet, because I was looking at a helmet that I would be able to wear 3, 6 hours, 12 if necessary. You know, if there's something where, no, I'm getting into endurance racing, I wanted to be able to have a helmet that's going to stay comfortable and fit well. My RZ, after a while, it started to get really tight here, like right on my cheeks. And it really wasn't the best fit. It just was that helmet that fit on my head, which I'm sure a lot of you can kind of identify with. Now, in the motorcycle world, if you're familiar with Icon, now I have a lot of their helmets. I have an Armada, I have an Alliance, a few other ones. Those helmets are typically very narrow front to back. They're more of an intermediate long oval, which is, it's not a very common size. Your typical person, at least in the American market, is gonna be a intermediate oval. So you know it's kind of even front to back and side to side. Maybe it's a little, like you're a little bit longer this way. So you can kind of look at the profile of my face, you can go, oh yeah, I can kind of see that. This helmet is actually so comfortable and sized so well, it made me realize that my Icon ones really aren't the right style for me. I actually need to be looking at another brand, because that's really just how the fitment is. Like, I don't have pressure on my temples, I don't have it on my cheeks. Same thing with the RZ-58. So this helmet, if you wanted to have something to compare it to, they fit very similar to Bell racing helmets. So if you've ever put on a Bell auto racing or motorsport helmet, they're very similar in sizing, definitely more intermediate oval. If you have a full round head, you may want to be looking at some other options, or if you're a long oval, so really, really long here in the face, I would try it on first. I would definitely try it on first. But if you're an intermediate oval, like most people, this will fit you just fine. So do your head measurement, figure out what size yours is, or either the inches or centimeters around your head with the tape measure, figure that out. Mine is a size large. It fits super, super well. Matter of fact, I'll get this guy on here for you guys. While I'm doing this, for those of you who are gonna be doing a lot of racing, and it's something just to consider for the future, definitely get yourself a balaclava. I have a Sabelt one just to kind of put over my head here, and that keeps all the dirt and grime off from the inside of the helmet. I don't want to have all the oils and stuff that comes off my face as I'm pressuring, as I hopefully don't slide into this corner at $125. It keeps your helmet nice and clean. Oh, maybe I should unfasten it. So there we have it. Now, I don't know if the camera is actually going to pick this up. There actually is some really nice padding on the inside. So this is just helmet, but over to the side, you have your padding, and there's almost like I would describe it as if you've ever seen sound deadening material in a studio. That sits here right in the front, and that's what really helps the microphone itself sound so clear, especially on the radio. So just to kind of keep that in mind, it's very, very nice in here. It's super lightweight. I have full neck movement. It's so comfortable. It's such a comfortable helmet. It is absolutely not a pain to wear this particular helmet. That's actually a pretty decent review of this helmet. If there's something else you would really like to know about it, let me know. Just drop a comment below. I think it's awesome. It's super lightweight. I think it looks fantastic. I love the, obviously I put my visor strip on here, but I love the styling of it. It's lightweight. It'll keep me going for the next 5 years. This particular helmet is rated at SA 2015, so Snell 2015, which should be good for quite a while. They are coming up with 2020 versions soon. I hopped on the deal for this one because it was just at a fantastic price point that I really couldn't argue. And for those of you looking at price, you can find the base version of this helmet. So it'll be, it's either a white or gray. Won't have the connectors or anything, just the bare helmet. You're looking anywhere from like $350 to $400. And then you have the R1F, which is this one, which is gonna be anywhere between like the $450, $550 range, depending on who's got it where. There's the composite, which comes with 2 shields and everything you see here, and the head cooling accessories. And then you have the carbon fiber, which is more than that. And they just look super, super awesome. So that kind of concludes it for this review. If you have any other questions, please let me know in the comments. If you have a ROUX helmet, what do you think about it? I'd love to get your guys' comments and feedback on it, mainly because I've only had this for about 2 months now, and I got some good time in it, got some great seat time. I'll show you guys some of the videos from Mid-Ohio and Pineview that you guys can see also on my channel. And obviously I haven't destroyed the bag yet either, but I'd love to know from those who have had it for longer, maybe 6 months to a year, because when it comes to that time, I'll do a review for it on there as well. In the meantime, have fun out there. Check out our website at easthoodracing.com. If you have any questions, shoot us an email. And as always, thank you guys very much for watching, and have fun out there.